Hey, what's up, everybody? BDF 44 coming at you another video. All right, so trying to figure out what the heck I want to do. What do I want to do? I got a Laker game to prep for today. I believe the Lakers play today. I'm like 50-50 sure the Lakers play today. I know they do play the Memphis Grizzlies, but I ain't 100% sure it's today, but I think I am. It's one of those. So I'm for as much as I do believe. So therefore, there will be work to be done. I also have a playlist to do. I completed one last night. I thought it was really, really solid Afro beats, new music that I really enjoyed putting together before I went to sleep. Didn't do the artwork for it. Didn't share it yet. So there's more work that needs to be done. And as I said, I want to do another playlist because I got music for an entirely different one since last night was Thursday night. And if you know how music goes, Thursday night is the night that all the good music drops around 9 p.m. Pacific time. Check your iTunes or whatever. New stuff should be trickling in over that between that hour and the very next day. Everything should be trickling in. So I found a lot of stuff last night before I went to sleep, and I felt pretty good that I added another entry to what it is I do. Gotta do another. That's on the list. And of course there's just the regular workout stuff, getting up in the morning, cooking breakfast and all that good stuff to do. But I turned on the camera because I saw something else that I felt was necessary to document. Plus there were a few other things I wanted to say in my little therapy session that is probably taking place over the last couple of days or so. Stuff that I'm watching, not nothing that I'm going through really right now. And I think I did want to talk about some of the stuff I had going on. So we'll see what happens here. But so this is what I'm looking at, man. This is nothing new, man. I just wanted to document them messing with the black image yet again. Them, who are they? I don't know, man. People behind the curtain, probably. Who knows who this is, honestly. I don't even know. But I know that they're messing with the female black image right now. Because one of the city girls got up on TV and said she likes golden showers. Last time it was eating nut. I'm looking up, I'm like, I'm documenting all this for everybody who watches me to understand that this is not just, oops, look how funny it is. Oh, look at those girls empowering themselves to step out in their nastiness. Now, this ain't that, man. This ain't that. They're using celebrities, as I've been saying in all these videos, just like they've been doing since the Sambo days. This is the same exact evil. And they empower these people to think that it's their idea. Tell your truth. Let us know. It's empowering. Step out and be bold. And the first thing they do is act crazy toward little black girls. The first thing they do. They act crazy toward them. Push them to the side to no end. And this is where it starts. This is why they've looked at you the way they have, little black girl, for so long. This is why you don't get the respect you deserve, because they keep on doing this to your image. And they use the psychology to make it look as if it's empowering you. And really, it's actually taking away your leverage in the world. They are eating away at your value. And that, my friends, is why we need to stop this. I would tell Carisha, don't get on TV and tell nobody at all your personal business as it pertains to what you like to do in the bedroom when it comes to stuff like that. Just like I would tell Gloria, don't do it, fam. Because they're paying you to get on TV and display yourself in a very specific light so that they could take that and apply it to every other girl that looks like you. And then they try to take from them because of it. That this is exactly the psychology here, the exact psychology here. And while you're living a lavish life that nobody can relate to, they are taking away from everyone who looks like you because of you. And that is exactly what they've been able to do for hundreds of years with the black image. And then the psychology is so screwed up till they made it look like people like myself, black men, could care less about you. That's the psychology. That's what's so evil about it all. You'll see in the comments section, a good portion of black women think that black men hate them. Every time a black man goes through anything, you see a good portion of troll accounts. I think half of this stuff is troll accounts. I do believe that. But who look like and appear to be black women who hate black men or think that black men don't love them or continuously speak as if we could care less about your image. being belittled and destroyed. I don't know who is speaking for who. I don't know anybody. I'm speaking for myself. As a black man, I get highly offended when I see stuff like this. Highly. Because I know that they're not only manipulating the way that little black girls are being viewed and how they view themselves, but also manipulating other aspects, like who views them a certain way and how they should feel about that love, or if they should even think that love is there. They make them think they're unloved and then proceed to confuse them by propping the most famous of them up to display this as if it's confidence, and then to receive praise as if it's love, when actually they're making fun of you. They're making fun of you. They do not think it's cute that you like being peed on. They do not think it's cute that you like eating nut off of people's food. Black woman, that is not something that is supposed to entertain the masses. That's not something that's supposed to be you revealing your strength and power to the world. This is something that they have dreamt up to keep you from ever rising properly. To keep you from ever being seen as somebody that could be taken seriously. When you go marching up to the UN for any reason whatsoever, they're going to look at you as a bunch of Carisas and Glorias. They ain't going to look at you as a bunch of queens, Coretta Scott kings. They ain't going to see you that way. And that's the point. When you want to get real stuff done, it ain't no time to be seen as somebody who's drinking and none of that. You don't want to be seen as anything less than a dignified mind, as a collective unit. Now, if we want to display entertainment people and artists, got different individuals in our group that are this and that, that's cool. But the collective black image should be that of one that is strong, sturdy, of sound mind, and somebody ready to contribute to the world's as best as humanly possible. Not somebody who's just going to be running around blind and looking to get whatever for themselves, engage in low energy and leave the earth. That's exactly what they're trying to paint you out to look like. I look at No Name and what she posted yesterday. God bless her. She can't necessarily find the fame because she's too damn real. Because she is telling you exactly what it is I'm telling you every time she posts. She does it in a very unapologetic way. And the more I follow her, the more I respect what she's on. And I know they blackballed her because she threw stones at some people you don't throw stones at real early. She got it Nas. You know what I mean? It's like, yo, they didn't let her through the door, but I keep following her. The stuff that she posted is powerful, man. No Name needs to be followed by every black girl out there because she's an example of what it is that they do not want you to be, that will not accept you being. They will not accept this. You either got to be sexy, you got to be a killer, you got to be something, but you cannot tell black girls that they are being used to belittle other black girls. You can't tell them that. Because the people behind the curtain will definitely ban you forever letting that message get to the masses. And that's the point. God bless Lizzo. They keep putting her up there to be a spectacle, y'all. I hate to say this because I think she's got some substance to her. But they don't put her up there unless she's making herself look a certain way. And that is not just by happenstance. That's her real personality. But they only want it because she makes others look a certain way. If they thought that was an empowering image, I do not think they would back her like that. They want her to look the way she looks and be as naked as possible and pretend like it's empowerment. But when you come to the Laker game with your bare ass in a thong, fam, you're not empowering anybody. You're lowering the value of everyone that looks like you. You bend your bare ass over at a Laker game. People are going to know for sure. This ain't somebody we got to pay everything to. We do not have to give her every coin. She don't have the leverage in the world to even demand that. This is how they think. This is what they're investing in. This is the benefit to them doing this to you. It ain't just simple, oh, it's nothing. No, it's something. They're keeping you out of the way. Your powerful, creative, influential behind cannot get in their way, and this is how they keep that from happening. We just keep on upholding it. Yeah, it's cool. Take their bag. What is their purpose? They have trillions of dollars to invest in black art. Why? They don't even listen to this shit. Think about it. The people who are investing in you, do you think they're listening to your music? Do you think that they are fans of what it is you do? Hell no. They look at you as an investment, no different than anything else can make them money. But why are they using you to make them money when they can make money off of anything? They could sell salt, they could sell cookies, they could sell books, they could sell anything, but they want to sell your black ass something. Why? They're not looking to uphold the greatness within you. No, they don't even believe in that half the time. They've been marketed the same stuff they're marketing to us. That's what we need to understand. This is 400, 500-year Sambo stuff. The people who are upholding it are just that. They didn't create this. They didn't create it. They're just upholding it because it works. It's like I tell you about everything else. A lot of these racist things that are in place, a lot of the people that I believe are in control of it are not racist people. They're capitalists. They like their money. So if you give them another way to make money, they'll just copy and paste that because it works. And this is why I keep on saying what I say. Good energy works too, man. They can make just as much money off of the things that they're doing in opposite. They just don't know how to because things have been in place for so long and the people who started it were evil. They had their own thoughts in their head about how things should go in the world they're in. I don't know that everybody's abandoning those thoughts, but I don't know that everybody who's upholding them even knows they're there. They don't have to think that much. They're making money. That's what money does. It makes you weak. You know what I was thinking about when I first turned on this camera? Truthfully, I thank God that he didn't make me born with so much money and allowed me to live this long without it so that I can know how it feels to be real in the world, to know what danger actually feels like, to know what it feels like to be on the bottom and to stay there for a long time so you don't be confused about being distant from what reality actually is. A lot of these folks who are wealthy, even if they started off poor, they ain't been poor since however long. They don't believe in being poor no more. It's not real to them. Money will save them from any other aspect of their mindset. All they have to do is throw money at anything and they don't have to think. Being broke forces you to think. You don't think, you die. That's value in life in terms of your strength. It's value to some degree if you view it that way. The world don't teach you to view it that way, but anything that makes me weak can get me dead. So if you make me fat and happy, that's how I'm looking at it. I was looking at something that said Samuel L. Jackson became a movie star, started making movies when he was 40. Like, yeah, and he's the hardest working actor in the world right now. Didn't he break the records for the most movies made? Because he lived that long with respect for what money truly is. Most stars don't. They find it early and then they live with it for a long time and it keeps them out of touch, but they're at the same time, they're responsible for the influence on others who don't have any. That's the freaked up part about it. And the people who invest in them know that. That is a part that is never mentioned. The people who are giving them this money knows they can't relate to the people they're marketing to, and they want that. They want you not to relate to these people. Why? Because they have to be superheroes in your eyes. They can't be human. They have to be what you aspire to be, not what you actually are. And if you find out that their lives are worse after they got the money 9 out of 10 times, you're going to look at them differently. You're going to look at what they are aiming for and telling you to aim for differently. It's ridiculous. I look at Young Thug. Here we go. Another conversation. Allegedly, to my eyesight, it looked like his co-defendant was allowed to walk up to him and actually have hand-to-hand contact with him in the courtroom. That right there was allowed. Do not play with me. He shouldn't even been able to get that close to that man unless y'all in that courtroom wanted him to do so. Play with me. Ain't that stupid? Them boys don't try for a million years. He gets that close to that man. He could have did anything to him. He could have slipped him anything. You let that happen. They should have never even been able to get that close to each other. And you know it. It's what I'm saying. They're playing games in these courtrooms. And people like myself aren't that type of stupid, man. We're just not. They're playing games. They're doing social experiments with these court cases. And they're playing with black people in this way as well. This snitching crap. This is just another version of you spinning the block. People, I'm telling you, you solving these cases for these people. It's just another version of you pointing your gun at your brother. It's like I said in the last video, ain't no different. They know you're trying to lock up black men by solving these cases that they ultimately can solve themselves, but they want you to do it. They want you to look at us a certain way. They want you to look at these images a certain way, and they prop them up there to look that way for you to look at them that way. Like I said, Thugger been famous for 10 years, and they've been working on this case for 12. Okay? And now he's in court taking drugs from his co-defendant. I'm here to tell you, I think they thought of that 12 years ago. That's what I'm here to tell you. I think they thought of that 12 years ago. I do not trust these folks. In fact, my soul is telling me to not. Even if my heart and my mind were to, my spirit, when I pray, tells me to speak against this crap because God sees it. And he ain't playing with none of these people who are playing with our image, just like he's never been playing with them. But now it's a different day. It's a different day. And if they're going to do this, they're going to have a different type of articulation speaking against it. One that they've never had before. And that's exactly what this is. You will toy with our image and we will speak against it. This will not be like it was. I know what you did with Gloria. I know what you're doing with the City Girls. I know what you're doing with Lizzo. I know. I'm watching. And I'm telling you, I'm not afraid to speak against this crap. I don't care if you make me the most famous person in the world or only 5 people watch these videos for the rest of my life. They will be here to be seen by someone someday. And when they do, it'll do what it needs to do. The message will do what it needs to do. We cannot allow you to continue to play with our image, mess with our leverage, and ultimately keep us from being able to have the support that we need outside of this country. That is what you're doing to us. That is what we can't allow. Real support, actual support. When it comes down to not having the support of your own people and you need to go elsewhere, that's the support they're trying to keep us from having by displaying this image all over the world the way that it is. You got to understand you are a slave in this place, whether you've been freed or not. You're trapped here. If you don't have any money, they made sure that, and you're trapped behind the mindset of the crap that they're investing in for your mindset to be influenced by. You're stuck here. You got a phone in your ear. You're in the Western world. You're taking what they give you. And I'm telling you, a lot of this stuff is deliberately placed there for you to look at things a certain way, be confused, and process things a certain way. That, my friends, is what we're going to continue to rise up against. And I'm telling you, my spirit is telling me I'm speaking to some very important people. Whoever you are, whether you're just somebody chilling or somebody with some influence, you need to understand. This is a new day. This is a new day, and there are a million ways to make money. Sell us something else, man. If you're one of those people, you need to understand. This is not a game. You need to sell us something else. Stop playing with our image. Give us some thought. Do you really want to continue to play with people's images in this way when it's already understood that this is what it is? Where did it go from here? When people like me are talking like this, where did it go from here? That's all I'm asking in regards to that, man. It's this Young Thug situation. Listen, that boy has a drug issue. If he was trying to get drugs in that court case, it's because he's been, prevented from having the same drugs that they enabled him to have when he was making money for them. When he was a superstar running around for 10 years while they had this case building and watching him do all that evil stuff that they are now trying to lock him up for, they allowed him to get the drugs that he's now addicted to. Hell, they probably gave them to him. So now that he's in this situation where he hasn't had those drugs in a while and his body is literally kicking his ass, and he needs those drugs and he might go this far to get them because he's this desperate, because he's in that much pain, you're not going to confuse me into thinking that he would have did that if he was in anything other than. I'm not confused. What I'm seeing, the boy was having withdrawals. It's probably the same reason why all of them are breaking, because they all on drugs. And they can't get those drugs unless they do something like this, which will tack on more time. So some of them will snitch to get the hell out of there so they can get back to those fixes. And I'm telling you, I think that's what happened with Gunna. I saw them pictures of that boy when he was in the first 3 months. He was sweating in it. He wasn't doing good. Drugs on his head. And how you think he got them damn drugs? You think he just used his own money? What is his own money? What is his own money? If not for the illegal money that they're trying to lock him up for and the investment money that the record companies gave to him. That's the only money these dudes got. Think about it. That's the only money they could have gotten. It's the money they got from the record label that invested in their careers and the money they got from doing illegal stuff that they weren't able to do. So what is it that I'm supposed to be confused by when I look at you guys trying to lock up Young Thug for creating an environment where murder took place when you guys created an environment for which his mind moved the way it did? Shouldn't y'all be locked up for the same thing you're locking him up for? Yes. The answer is always yes. That's how math works. You add up. That equals that. That equals that equals that. Except for when it comes to holding people accountable for messing with the black mind, body, spirit, and image. Then it's like, well, it's their fault, not the person who created it. No, that's not. That don't apply no more. Like I said, you're gonna get a different type of articulation. It's just not. It's not something that is confusing to me. It's not. That's all I'm telling you. I ain't confused by what I'm looking at. Does Young Thug have to be accountable for what he does? Yeah, it's all that. Yeah. But so do the people who had the opportunity to lock him up 11 years ago and stop half of the whatever took place from happening. They could have. They were watching him do it, just like they're watching everybody do everything. It's slowly building cases, slowly building cases, slowly building cases. I'm just not that type of stupid, friend. I'm not that type of stupid. I'm not. They're toying with us. And these publications are a gun that we're holding, using against each other. And the righteousness that we're trying to uphold, we don't understand why our brothers are in these wars. Yes, we do. Black people need to stop acting stupid. Yes, we do. There's a big difference between a gang member outside going to war or whatever and some mass shooter walking to a supermarket shooting up a bunch of people. It's a difference, and you know it. You don't want to know it, but you know it. And I see little TJ getting locked up for having a gun. He got shot 8 times. And the state of New York want to lock him up for having a gun. Any help for his PTSD? Any help for his trauma? Any acknowledgement that this man probably should have one, given the fact that he got his head smoked damn near? Boy, put half his damn chest had holes in it. And you trying to tell me he shouldn't at least desire to have a weapon, New York? It wouldn't be a good idea for him to at least consider? Not in your state, huh? It's ridiculous, man. That's what I'm talking about. They playing with us, bro. It's like they don't understand the context of what it is we're going through. They want to beat us up for going through hell. No, enough. Normalize context as it pertains to some of these situations going on outside. Because the same people y'all want to lock up for having guns are the same people being shot at and need it. They literally need to defend themselves. And I know stray bullets hit children. I know stray bullets. We need to take all the guns off the street. I'm with you. Let's do it like the UK. But until we do that, we got to respect that there are people who have guns that are legal. And there are people who need guns and they can't have them. It's just like the weed conversation. If you don't find some parity that makes sense across the 50 states, act like you're a united country. Because this is absolutely ridiculous. That TJ thing is just like, are you serious, New York? The whole world saw what that kid went through. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. They want to invest in the murder culture and then they want to lock people up for engaging in it. I'm not going to be confused about you making money on both ends. I'm not. It's got to stop, man. This is why I talk like this. This is why I'm so glad I'm a Laker fan. Lakers are going to be one of the most storied franchises ever. It's like the Yankees in basketball, yo. And the fact that the Lord made me a Laker fan, not a Kings fan, not a Mavs fan, you know what I'm saying, that's going to garner less attention, no, a Laker fan. So anytime anybody clicks on the Lakers, they're going to see my face. And anytime they decide to get more curious about what's in my face, they're going to hear these messages. And that is the beauty of the position the Lord left me in. That's why I thank him for not giving me money. That's why I thank him for not doing all kinds of stuff, because he put me in the right position and he allowed me to have the confidence within it to know I can reach people I ain't supposed to reach. By way of how I talk and who would be attracted to what it is that I be talking about. I know these things. I know who I've made myself attractive to, so I have an understanding of who may be on the other end of this thing or who may be someday. And what I'm telling you is this is important for you, influential star athlete, you influential person with the ability to control whether or not athletes get seen or not, owner of the team. You are who this is actually meant for. It's not just meant for my people. You need to understand that there has been lies told about our perspective as it pertains to what we believe of ourselves, what we believe that others are doing to us, etc. We're not as blind as we are projected to feel. We're not as confused as we're projected to feel. Some of us actually see what's going on. We just don't have the voice to tell our people to fight against it. I am manifesting that voice. Simply put. My name is BDF 44. I thank you all for watching.